Hello everyone, this is Komal Mathur, a legal intern at Lexis and Company and a law student at Manipal University, Jaipur. I am glad to have this opportunity to intern with Lexis and Company, which is why I am presenting this video in front of you all. The topic or purpose of today's video is to read about accounts and records under GST. Before reading about accounts and records, first let us know what is GST. GST, which is Goods and Services Tax, is an indirect value-added tax levied on goods and services which are sold for domestic use. It is paid by the consumers but remitted to the government by the sellers and the business owners. The GST Act was passed in the Parliament of India on 29th March 2017 and came into effect officially on 1st July 2017. Introduction of GST Act replaced many taxes which were previously levied by the state and central government. Every GST registered person must keep a record and retain all the stated and required accounts at his or her principal place of business. According to Section 35 of CGST Act 2017, whenever the compliance verification is done, it is done through these maintained records and accounts. It puts the responsibility on the business owner or the business operator of the godown, office or the warehouse or any such place or venue used to store the goods or on the transporters to keep the specified and required records. Now, let us know about accounts and records in details. As discussed in the introduction, every GST registered person has to maintain proper accounts and records of their business. Person having a turnover over 2 crore during a single financial year has to get his or her account audited by a cost accountant or a chartered accountant. The records that must be include are the information on manufacturing and production of the products or the goods, the supply of specific goods and services or both, which is outgoing and incoming goods, information on the stock of goods, information on available input tax, information on tax that must be paid or has already been paid, or other accounts as specified the governments in the mentioned acts. If a person have more than one place of business specified in his certificate of registration from GST, these records have to be maintained at each registered place. E-records can also be kept and maintained by a registered person in a manner as prescribed in the Act. Now, each GST registered individual will receive 3 separate ledgers which will be generated automatically at the moment of registration and must be maintained digitally by a person in charge. The registered person must look to the fact that the details entered in the register or any books maintained for the purpose of accounts and records should not be overwritten or erased. The wrong entries may be replaced with the correct one when it is all done digitally, and then also the details of all the edited and deleted entries must be stored. If a registered person's account or records are discovered in the location other than its principal location of the business, the books must be deemed the property of the person who owns the premises where they are discovered. The taxpayers or the registered person have to present the record and account whenever demanded by law in any of its procedure. People who are not registered under the respective act and are still required to maintain these accounts and records and have to inform about their business to the concerned departments and get themselves registered as soon as possible. Now let us know about the requirements which are to be maintained as prescribed by the rules in the GST Acts. All other GST registered persons except with the exception of composite suppliers must keep and maintain accurate records and accounts of all the total supplies and receipts of the goods and services, as well as all the related documents such as invoices, bill of supply, delivery challans, credit and debit notes, and all the other different types of vouchers. Stock account. Except for the composite suppliers, all the other GST registered persons are required to keep and maintain accurate records and accounts of the product they import or export. This account must include the information about opening balance, supply, receipt, items stolen or lost, product destroyed, written off, or given away as a free sample, as well as destroyed. They also have to store the information about the closing balance, supply, receipt, goods stolen or lost, goods destroyed, written off or disposed by the way of gift, or given as a free sample, and also the details of the stock of raw materials, scrap, wastage, and finished goods. Now, accounts of advances received or paid. There must be a separate account which has to be maintained for all the advances paid, received, and the other adjustment as related to them. Details about the tax payments. Aside from the composite suppliers, all the other GST registered person need to maintain and keep a record, an account containing the details of tax which is to be paid or which is payable under the reverse charge, tax paid or collected, input tax or input tax claimed, together with the records of the tax invoices, credit and debit notes, and the delivery challan issued or received by the registered person. Now let us discuss about the Rule 56 Clause 5, which speaks about suppliers and recipients and storage details. Established that each GST registered person must keep the particulars of name and complete addresses of the person from whom they have purchased the goods or services, or to whom they have sold, which are chargeable to the tax under the provisions of the respective acts which is applied to them. He or she also must keep the details and the name or address of the person whom he or she has supplied his goods and services wherever required as per the provisions of the act which is applied to him. Now, his records must contain the address of the premises where the goods are being stored by him, and also includes the storage of goods during the transit period along with the details of the stocks maintained. Moving towards the conclusion, if a GST registered person fails to keep proper records for the goods and services, the proper officer shall determine the amount of tax due on the unaccounted for goods or services, or both, as if such goods or services or both had been supplied by such person, and the provisions of section 73 or section 74 as the case may be, shall apply mutatis mutandis to the determination of such tax. Hence, maintaining records and accounts is quite necessary process to ensure smooth functioning of the whole GST mechanism and to eliminate all the expected drawbacks. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.